Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Judge Dad's Verdicts. I'm Sean McMillan. This is Rich Morrow, my co-host. He's so cool. Yeah, it's good to have you. Listen, we talk about it all, and much of it Rich finds. I don't know where he finds any of this stuff.
Internet.
But here we are. Rich, what you got?
Oh, man. So I know you don't play too many games.
None.
Yeah, we've spoken. Literally the only game he's played, guys, is Pac-Man. It's on record. But a woman got addicted to a game called Ludo. Now, I'm not even going to pretend to know what Ludo is, but this story takes place in India, so it's probably a game over there that's really popular. She bet herself in the game. So because she lost the game, she had to live with her landlord. And she lost all of her money, and it sounds kind of silly.
What are you laughing at?
No, because I'm just looking at it. The woman's husband had complained to the police about the incident, and she's the one that bet herself.
See, we need Kerry here right now. we need him back here because this is a story that he could handle better.
Yeah, so after losing all of the games, she ran out of money, and she goes, you know what, I'll just bet myself then. And that's how addicted to this game she was, that she felt like she had to. And, yeah, because of that, she had to move in with her landlord.
And this is the part where we have sympathy? I mean,
I don't have sympathy for her. I'm laughing.
At what point do we, what are you trying to elicit out of me? Compassion? Your dumb ass bet yourself in a game? I mean, no, I don't have no compassion
and
for
look,
that.
The husband doesn't make it any better. He said, I tried to make her leave him, but she's not ready to do it. The husband was quoted as saying.
Leave who?
The landlord, because she lost the bet and she's living with him now.
Something ain't right. No, that's not. See, I tell you we need Kerry here. Because something don't smell right, don't you think?
So it says the husband moved away for work for 6 months.
See?
And his wife allegedly spent all the money he sent home on gambling. But it was gambling playing this game. And when she lost all of her money, which sounds a little bit fishy now that we're talking about it, yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like her and the landlord was playing it. No, I picked it up, but I'm like, when I hear the 6 months, it's like, okay.
That's why I'm here, Rich, because I pick on all that.
Light bulbs.
Yeah, I pick up on all that quickly. But let's talk about the husband for a second.
Yeah.
Because he's a damn fool, too.
For choosing her or for what he said?
Oh, that was even better than what I was going to say. He's a damn fool for choosing her. How you going to choose somebody who's capable of this kind of behavior? What does that say about you? And secondly, after someone exhibits that kind of behavior, you stay with them?
And then try to fight for him to get him back.
Oh, no. The landlord can have you.
Yeah. It sounds like they definitely weren't.
I offer you up as a sacrifice. You're a willing sacrifice. No, I don't.
So she has no case here? Or
No.
he has no case here?
No. Yeah.
I want to know what this game is like. Ludo, I've never heard of it.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know people like this.
Yeah. But we do hear cases of people becoming addicted to things that end up putting them in dicey situations. This, though, is a little bit.
Well, let me push back. We're all addicted to something, okay? Whether it's sugar, sex, attention, affirmation.
Something.
I don't know a person who's not addicted, including me.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to pizza. Y'all pray for me. Don't judge me.
Turkey subs from Fast House.
Don't judge me, okay? We're all addicted to something.
Yeah.
And so I'm not knocking that part of it.
Yeah.
But my thing is, to the degree that you can acknowledge it, to the degree that you can manage it, and to the degree that you don't allow yourself to be victimized by other people's addictions,
I agree.
is what makes more of a successful life. And I don't have sympathy for somebody who bets and then, first of all, the landlord is creepy.
The landlord got something going on.
The landlord is creepy for allowing someone to bet themselves.
The landlord was creeping through the window.
This is just seedy.
And to bet yourself, I mean, I don't know. That sounds interesting. I ain't never come across somebody that's done that yet.
I don't want to hear about you trying to convince somebody to bet.
I'm not trying to convince nobody to do it. I'm just very shocked.
All right.
A married woman betting herself. This should be a red flag. Okay. Massachusetts. Don't you spent time in Massachusetts.
Cambridge.
It is.
Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Yeah. According to BBC, a U.S. man uses his intuition 6 times. Intuition 6 times to hit the lottery. Hit the lottery 6 times and claims that, it was all intuitive. He played it like he'd been doing it for 20 years. Said his intuition told him, don't buy just 1 ticket, buy 6. And don't just use any numbers. Use the exact numbers, the exact same numbers on each ticket as well. So it wasn't just a random 6 tickets either. He picked the same numbers for all 6 tickets. And as luck would have it, his numbers came in, and they were worth about $390,000 each.
So
as a
all
cash
those
prize.
tickets that he bought on different lotteries?
No, I think it may have been.
Or he hit the same lottery 6 times?
Same lottery 6 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, stuff like that never happens to me.
Over $2 million.
Man, let me tell you something. Let me hit the lottery tonight, and you and Tyler and Carrie ain't gonna be able to find me. Yeah, listen, let me tell you something. Don't let me get $5 million.
And you know what's even more crazy?
What?
The winning numbers he chose were carefully concocted with a combination of birthdays and anniversary dates that he had put
That's
together.
why I don't win. Because you know what I do? I walk in and go, let me get 4.
And just let them pick whatever
Let me
they
get 4
want.
of the Powerball. That's why I don't win, because I don't think about the numbers.
But it's so random anyway that it's like.
I know. I played the $1 billion.
I did too.
Listen, I ain't never prayed that hard.
Me too.
I was like, Black Jesus,
Please
let me win $1 billion. And I promised I was giving stuff away. I was going to take care of some people.
The level of anticipation that you have when you buy a lottery ticket that can win you that kind of money is crazy. You realize that you can still dream and imagine things that you hadn't thought about in years.
Listen, I'm tearing up just
I
thinking about
started spending that money in my head that whole time period in between.
Was I on your list? Let's talk about that.
I was going to buy you a boat or something.
A boat?
Whatever you wanted.
You gonna buy a black person a boat? But that seemed like, well, boat? I'm from Brooklyn. What am I doing with a boat?
You could sell it for all that.
No.
What would you want? If I came to you and said I won $1.3 billion, I'll buy you anything you want. What do you want? What would it be?
First, I would kiss you on the neck.
Okay.
I would never let go. I would become an appendature. I'd hop on your back and follow you around.
Everywhere.
What would I want? Okay. Can I have more than one thing?
Sure.
All right.
But I need to know number 1 first, though.
A home.
A house. Okay.
I need a house. Mm-hmm. Okay. Nice house.
Nice house.
You got 1.3.
1.3 billion.
Yeah. And
That 3 is 300 million.
yeah.
Sheesh.
And then, just a little something, a little something just to make.
Something that'll make you happy. You don't even know what it is.
Something in the bank.
Yeah, just a little something.
Just to sort of make.
Yeah.
To honor our 10 years.
Yeah,
Y'all know
okay.
I've been knowing him for 10. It's been 10 years, right?
Like 9, but close enough. We almost there. It's 10 years. We'll round it up.
10, damn it. I've been knowing him for 10 years. You know that?
Yeah.
I'm just saying I would. Now, ask me what I would do.
What would you do?
Let me just change
Or
the
what
question.
would you buy me?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah.
All right. What would you want?
I think I would want. That's a tough question. The imagination starts running wild. I want to say a joke, but I'm not gonna make a joke because I was gonna say like a tiger. Just to see your face.
I hope you choke on your spit.
I know.
I do. I hope you choke on your spit on the way home.
1.3 billion. You can afford to damn near buy me anything. I think I would start probably with a home, but I think I would probably want you to just invest in my ideas. You know?
You know what I would do?
Want you to be my angel investor.
You know what I would do? No. You don't need no angel investor when I got $1.3 billion. That's the devil. See?
But I'd want,
You join the Satan group. You joined the Satan group that we talked about in another episode. If I got $1.3 billion, of course, home, that's given.
Yeah.
But as well as I know you, as long as I've known you, there's no doubt that I'm going to make sure that you can be your own angel investor. Anybody who has that kind of resource and money and is in connection and relationship with you and won't empower you not to need them is not your friend.
That's a very good point.
You cannot have somebody who cares about you and then wants you to come back and have
over and over again to need.
No. You said somebody, and then you know what I say? Well, this wouldn't apply to you, honestly. But you know what I would say to most people? You can't come back either.
Yeah.
This is it. This is what we're going to do, and you can't come back. And you don't need to come back. Now, I wouldn't say that to you.
Yeah.
But I mean, that kind of money can, I don't know how we got on this, but that kind of,
because, I mean, the guy won $2 million.
That's how we got on
If
this.
we hit the lottery 6 times, the same lottery 6 times, imagine if it was the $1.3 billion he hit 6 times.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, Yeah, that's all I could say.
Possibilities are endless. But I do appreciate you saying that, though, because I think that that's something I will definitely remember and take with me because...
What?
Teaching or knowing the difference between somebody doing something to help you and somebody doing something with the intention of you coming back. I think if somebody really does care about you and they want to see you and you know what's important to me, that's the reason why you answered the question the way that you did. I don't think I would want something, and that's why I gave the answer I did. I don't think I would want something from anybody that wasn't in line with everything that I've already been working towards for myself. So, to be able to put somebody in position to be able to do that, I think that's all I would want.
That's good. See?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Boy, somebody raised you right.
So, talking about billionaires, a billionaire investor says that everybody's 5 times better off than they used to be and has been making a big wave in media by telling people to stop complaining. But obviously this is very controversial when it's coming from a billionaire. And
yeah, he needs to shut the hell up. It's not easy for him to say, stop complaining. Pay my rent. Stop complaining.
And he's a longtime investment partner of Warren Buffett. He says he doesn't understand why people today aren't more content with what they have, especially compared to harder times throughout history, which obviously is completely relative. Get me going. He's going to open up a bag, I know.
You're about to really get me going. It's like these people born on third base and then wonder why everybody can't make it home.
Yeah.
Huh? Half of us can't even get into the ballpark.
He's 98 years old.
I don't give a damn how old he is.
Yeah, but it just lets you know that he's thinking of the 30s and the 40s and things like that and saying like, oh, times were way tougher back then. People are less happy now, even though there's so much, more opportunity and things going on. People need to just stop complaining. What do you think about that?
Well, let me just say this. Hunger is hunger no matter what year it is.
Amen.
And not having enough money to survive off of feels pretty much the same way.
Yeah.
No matter what decade it is.
I think he's out of touch.
Now, obviously, a depression is far different than, what may be a mild recession or
he was born in the middle of the Great Depression.
But again, so what?
Exactly.
If you lost your job tonight, you have all of the anxiety, all of the fear, all of the worry that somebody would have had losing their job in the 30s. Now, the circumstances, the conditions, and the consequences may be a bit different, but the emotions are the same. That's what he misses. And secondly, what he says are the words of a long and well-fed life.
It sounds like it.
And I'm happy for him.
And
I want to be 98 too and a billionaire. But I hope that when I'm 98 and a billionaire that I won't poo-poo on people, who are struggling and who articulate and express that struggle.
Yeah, it sounds like you forgot what it was like when he was in that position because a lot of people don't have the option. And it sounds like he thinks that they just have the option to just turn.
Well, he's telling us not to complain, and then he's complaining about us complaining.
Yeah. But they have studies to back it up that say that recent studies show that roughly, and he brought this point up, is that, many people use envy as a driving factor in their lives, and he feels that too many people are doing that.
Well, he's right about that.
And I do agree with that. He brings up life was pretty brutal and short and limited. There was no printing press, no air conditioning, modern medicine, none of that. But in doing that, studies have shown that roughly 75% of people are envious of someone else in any given year. That's a high number. And I think that could be a big factor in why people complain as much as they do, because they don't have as much as that person that they're envying. That point I can actually get behind, but I think it's good message, wrong person. You know what I mean?
But let me push back. The point about envy is not a novel idea. It's not something he came up with.
No, for sure.
I mean, humanity's struggle with envy is as old as humanity. Mm-hmm. And as long as they're human beings, we're going to be envious and jealous of other human beings.
Yeah.
All that's fine. The thing I don't like about what he's doing is you can't compare eras.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
You can't compare, you can't compare players in different eras.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
You can't compare how people, it's just not. It's just different. Sure, we have air conditioning.
Yeah.
But we also have nuclear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nuclear bombs.
We've had anthrax and all kind of crazy shit.
We also have people flying planes into buildings.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we have to deal with that they didn't have to deal with.
True.
And so you can't compare. I just don't like the idea of rich people, well-fed people sitting around talking junk about poor people, not liking the fact that they're poor.
Exactly.
So what are they supposed to do? Be quiet about it?
Because you know damn well if they were poor, they'd be complaining about it too.
Look, listen, let's just go there. I'm about to be racial.
Here we go.
A white guy loses his job and acts a damn fool.
Yeah.
Black guy can't find a job and is expected to comport himself with dignity.
And not complain.
Got a little problem with that.
It's a touchy subject.
I'm just saying.
I hear you though.
You know, you're a rich white guy. You've done well. I'm happy for you. I don't
best
begrudge
friends with
anybody's
Warren Buffett.
I don't begrudge anybody's success.
Yeah.
But you should probably shut the hell up, be grateful for what you have and what you've done, and allow other people to express their hardship or their aspirations the way they choose to. Don't tell me not to complain when you got your foot on my neck.
Yeah, I don't think they have a right to. I don't think that's right. Yeah, I agree with you.
Well, listen, I mean, because the same system that allows him to be a billionaire is the same system that allows children to be hungry in this country. It's deeply problematic. It's not as simple as not complaining.
It's never just black and white.
It's not that simple.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's a good verdict right there. Tokyo. You ever been to Tokyo?
I've not been to Tokyo.
No?
Never been to Japan.
It's on my list.
I don't know if I want to go.
I just got to see it. I heard the architecture is incredible. So in Tokyo, according to CNN, Tokyo is so crowded now that they are literally paying families to leave.
To leave and go where?
They want them to move to less crowded areas that are more on the countryside and, towns that are...
Leave the city.
Yeah, because they have a falling birth rate, for one.
Just put some black people in Tokyo.
and they'll start moving out?
And they'll move on their own. You won't have to pay them. Just put some black people in the neighborhood, and I bet you Tokyo will become a lot less densely populated.
Reverse gentrification.
Listen.
You are funny.
I'm telling the truth, though, and everybody watching knows it.
So the families will be eligible to receive 1 million yen, which is $7,700 US per child, if they move to a less populated area across the country. And for decades, people have migrated to its urban areas in Japan, like Tokyo, for job opportunities and whatnot. So to combat that, they're like, all right, we'll pay you guys just to not be here at this point. And I mean, before the COVID pandemic, the number of people moving into Tokyo outnumbered those leaving by like 80,000 a year. So their population was increasing by 80,000 a year every year up until the pandemic. And, they felt like they had to do something about it because the birth rates were falling and all kinds of things were happening that they, felt like were getting out of control. So curious to know what you think about population control for one, because that's something that I think I've been hearing more about in the recent years. I don't know necessarily what the solution, for that would be, but you see movies and things about it nowadays, and I'm curious to know how you feel about that.
Well, I think the more interesting idea is to pay people to leave.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people who have some people they should probably pay to get out of their lives. Maybe not their city. I know some people I should have paid. Take this money and go. Go as far away from me as you possibly can.
Yeah.
But I'm extrapolating from the story a larger point, and it is the degree to which we are willing to be rid of something.
Yeah.
Or to have something move away from us. And some people don't know when they should be doing that.
Absolutely. I agree.
There's a lot of dumb people holding on to people that they should be paying to leave. Right? I mean, the Tokyo thing is whatever it is. The larger point is more interesting
Yeah, I
to
get
me.
it, the population
Yeah, I mean,
control.
that's. I'm not even. I whatever they do to do that. I'm not getting in that.
Well, they were saying that, I could see the reason why in the towns that surround it, they were saying they need more people in anyway, because they were saying like there aren't even enough children in some of the schools to teach, and all kinds of.
Yeah, but see,
things.
you're still in the story.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking
I'm
about
out of the story.
You over the story.
Tokyo doesn't interest me at all.
I got you.
And the suburbs and who cares? Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever you got to do. I mean, it happens in this country all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Black people was living in the suburbs, and we moved to the city.
Yeah.
We moved
now
to the
they're in
city.
the city. They moving them back to the suburbs.
It's an old thing. I mean, they may have. In Tokyo, may not be racially motivated.
Yeah.
But population's always moving, from one place. That's common in history. I'm much more interested in the idea of knowing when it's time
to do it.
To let someone know, I want you going so bad.
I'll pay you.
I'll pay you to go.
When do you think that point gets reached?
When you have thoroughly sacrificed your self-respect, your dignity, peace of mind, and joy.
All for the sake of that many people being there?
All for the sake of whoever it is you're holding on that made you sacrifice it.
Okay.
Like when you get to the place where you can't even recognize yourself because of this person,
that's when there's
That's when you need to whip out your checkbook and say, I'll give you $10 to walk out that door.
And that's usually the cost of that relationship. Huh?
I give you $1,000 never to come back.
When I have incidences that happen where somebody, ends up being removed from my life in some capacity, regardless of the incident, I always write it off as that was the expense of that relationship that I needed to get that person removed out of my life. And I'm usually willing to swallow that, whether it be money, whether it be an experience, whether it be any kind of collateral. I look at that as God's way of like, all right, that's how much that costs to get that person out of your life. I may not have gone and given them the money to do it, or they may not have paid me, but I feel like it inadvertently happens pretty often.
I think that's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
That's a great way to understand it. And I wish more people.
Yeah. I used to beat myself up about it at first. I'm not going to act like I just, always felt that way. But when I started to notice it happen, I used to be like, damn, I can't believe I spent this much time on this or that person. It's like, no, that was the cost of it. Now I know. I learned the lesson. The cost of that was whatever number or time or whatever, went with it.
Yeah. No, I like that.
You like that one?
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
You might have been the one that told me, for all I know. Look. Geico. So this is a follow-up story from a previous episode, actually. Episode 7, we talked about Geico being on the hook for a $5 million payout from a woman who, do you remember this story?
Yeah, who got a sexually transmitted
disease
in
the car.
Yeah, in the car, yeah. Shout out to Geico, by the way. Am I allowed to do that?
You can shout out Geico.
Let me tell you why. Aaron, listen to this. Pay attention. I had a flat tire because I hit a pothole, and all that rain. And it blew out my back tire. I called you.
Yeah. I
was looking for somebody with AAA because I don't have it. And I went on my Geico app.
And realized.
Geico, sponsor this podcast. Because I went on my Geico app and it had roadside assistance. And they came and fixed my tire for free.
Came to save the day.
Shout out to Geico.
I don't know if it was for free because it's probably in your insurance.
He's not. You can't break my soul. Shout out to Geico.
Shout out Geico. Shout out Geico.
Thank you, Geico. You came and you delivered me from the rain. Love you people.
Yeah, so the Missouri Supreme Court ruled unanimously to overturn, the ruling for that woman. She really wanted $5 million too. That's a crazy number for her contracting an STD.
So say it again, they did what?
They let them off the hook, so they do not have to pay this woman $5.2 million.
That was a given. I mean, could you imagine an insurance company having to pay $5 million because you had sex in the back seat with somebody who was nasty?
Hey.
I mean, just had a disease, and you back there letting them just swoosh up in you?
She felt justified.
Bro, listen.
Just because the car was insured by Geico, she assumed that the insurance company was supposed to
Geico made
disinfect the car and make sure that it never had anything in it.
She should be held liable for felonious suits.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but it's funny to me because she talks as if the car gave her the STD. I'm sure it wasn't the car that gave her the STD in the first place anyway.
It was Steve.
You know.
I almost said Tyler, but then I thought no.
You need another generic name.
Yes, it's Steve. It's not clearly was not, Tyler. Not at all. Yeah, no, but listen, I'm glad that they were not held liable for that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
You're not surprised though?
No. I mean, I'd be surprised if they were.
Yeah. I mean, because we need at least one Florida story per episode. This next story takes place in Florida, and it's our last story as well.
It's the last one?
This is our last one. It's a Fox News story. According to Fox News, Florida alleged burglars called 911 for help moving their belongings, and they got caught by the owners. So...
So they stealing.
They stealing and then tried to call for help moving the stuff they were stealing, and the owners basically...
Caught them. That's something Aaron would do. Aaron is our sound guy. He's sitting right over there, and he looks like he would not be good at stealing. Yeah. That's a compliment. Did you notice that? That's that compliment. You look like you would not be good. If I said it looked like you would be good at stealing, that would be not a compliment.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? They actually called 911 while they were still in the process of burglarizing this home, thinking that they were going to be able to get away with this, I guess, somehow. I don't know who has the idea to call 911 in the middle of a crime, but these people obviously aren't the sharpest knives in the drawer. But deputies said that there was a couple in the residence because they were looking for a place to sleep for the night, and the guy stated that he knew what he did was wrong, but he needed the money. And he stated that he knew the residence was not his, and he didn't have permission to be in it, but he had to get inside to get out of the cold. So he tried to use it as a survival. I mean, you're in Florida, it ain't that damn cold. First of all,
aren't we in Florida? It's not like California where it gets really cold at night, right?
Yeah, but not even at night. It doesn't get as cold as it does here at night. So
right. So what, cold is like 50?
50s, 60s.
But the reality is they were stealing.
They were in the middle of stealing.
So it had nothing to do with needing shelter.
No.
Yeah.
And, the deputies did help them with their belongings and did give them a ride, but it wasn't to the airport. It was to jail.
You were waiting to tee that up, right?
That was in the story.
Yeah. You was waiting for that line.
But, they said they were going to New York. That was, their destination. They were going to try to get help taking their stuff to the airport by the police.
This is, okay.
It was a home that wasn't theirs.
I've officially had enough. I think I broke the mic.
These stories be outrageous. Look at you.
Yeah, I broke the mic. But
that's the amount of bullshit that was in that article.
Yeah, I was like, what? What kind of story is this?
Literally called from somebody else's home.
This is stupid. And no. I feel like I'm stupid for commenting on this.
Hey, you Judge Dad, you got to deal with these kinds of issues.
Yeah, no, we're going to let Judge Mom handle this.
Yeah.
This is about court. I'd be like, go see Judge Mom.
Shout out to Judge Mom.
Shout out to Judge Mom. Yeah, she's great, right?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she came on our episode and had a great time. And this was fun.
This was very fun. I think we got some good, meaningful articles out of this, some good messages out of these articles. I'm not going to say the articles were very meaningful, but the messages that we got from them were.
Here's the most important one before we leave. Don't be afraid to pay people to leave. All right? Thank you for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate your time and your attention. On behalf of Rich Morrow and I, we'll see you next time.
Till next time, y'all.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching. We always appreciate you taking the time to be with us. If you like what you see, and I know you do, make sure you subscribe right here. Like it, share it, become a part of the movement, because this is a movement of joy, good feeling. McMillan and Morrow. Judge Dad, verdicts. Saying too much right now. What am I saying?